Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be a little vlog style video. I am going to see my manufacturer, so it's gonna be another come with me to see my manufacturer video. I know a lot of people wanted to see a second video. I didn't think I was gonna make one, but here we are. We're going to see my manufacturer, and I really hope that this is a full vlog because basically I'm doing something that I've never done before. I am vlogging for both TikTok and for YouTube, so I've already introduced like the TikTok portion, but now I'm trying to introduce the YouTube part. And you know, different formats. If only there was a camera where you could film both formats at the same time and it wasn't like weird. But anyway, they're going for another manufacturer meeting, so let's go. I wrote down all the feedback anyway. Probably could have just sent you this on email, to be honest. Okay, so firstly, the colour for the brownish colour, perfect. This one perfect as well. These two, overall the black is okay, but like I don't know whether you can see, but like there's a color difference between
I can see it clearly.
Yeah.
But this is because of the samples, but in production you will not have it.
Okay.
Because then we're gonna dye together. At the moment we have dyed only this version, not this one. So that will be fine. That's not a problem.
And then with the white, my issue was, can you see? It's like you know when you put a white t-shirt in the wash with other colors. That's the color it looks like to me. So I bought more of the kind of white.
You want the milky white.
Yeah, a little bit more. This one's more like a bluey.
No, this one is a bleach white. It's like a real bleach white. Like we call it bright white. Yeah. Whereas your one is a milky white.
Okay, yeah, I think I'd prefer...
It's a different Pantone though.
Okay, yeah. I've always felt like deciding on white is a bit tricky, isn't it? So I realised that this type of white is like this white, this is okay. So that's colour. Next was the GSM. I felt like there was inconsistencies. So what I did was I took my t-shirt, which is 300 GSM because I bought the fabric, and I weighed it and it gave me 400 grams. The construction and everything else is the same size, everything. So really and truly all the weights should be around about the same as my t-shirt. So this one was the only close one, which came in at 385 grams.
The way we do measuring in the international standard is that we take a measurement, we take a square from here on the body. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna show you the proof of the GSM of 300 GSM from each batch. Okay. So you know exactly the GSM is over 300 or 300 on the each day. So wherever you cut, do you know how?
No, I know how to make. But I didn't want to cut any of the t-shirts that's
fine. But we're gonna do it in a factory.
Okay.
So and then we'll show you the photos as a proof that GSM is 300.
Okay.
But there can be a little bit of differences in the samples, maybe.
No, I understand a little bit of difference. But
what's the difference in the wine?
So this one was the closest. That came in at 385. My one weighs 400, so I'm looking for anything close to 400, right? So this one came in at 385. The white came in at 300, which is like 100 grams under. This one came in at 269. And then the white, no, the black, sorry, came in at 272. So like it's inconsistent across all the samples. So
this one you say the more closer.
This is the closest. But then when I feel this one, it doesn't feel like it's ring spun.
It's a ring spun, it's the same yarn.
It's the same yarn. So how come this one feels a lot softer than this one?
This one is just because of the tighter knitting. Because when you receive this one fast and then give a comment that I need a more tighter knitting. Okay.
So when it's tighter knit,
you feel
it's a bit
like this.
Okay, so this one is looser. So what's the difference between it being a tighter knit and...
So when we say tighter knittings, instead of 30, we put there 40 needles in a 1 inch. So when it's a 40 needle in a 1 inch, can even hide how dense it is. Okay. So when they knit this one, it's get just really extremely tight. Where you can see it's more tighter.
Then this one is more stretchy. Okay, so which one would have better longevity?
100% this one. Because in a 1 inch, you've got like 40 needles.
Okay, that now makes sense. Okay, so in terms of like construction. Construction, I was happy with both these two, but I don't like this. I like this. Yeah. So that was the first, much cleaner finish. Yeah, that was pretty much it on the construction. That was the only thing that was an issue.
Yeah, we can do this.
Yeah, I wrote down my overall comments. So obviously the colouring was fine, sizing fine, construction fine. Obviously I mentioned about the blacks being different between the, you've explained why. The colour of the white.
Yeah, we're going to change it to the milk white.
Yeah. Do you have any other like white?
Milk white
in here, yeah.
Like it is,
because obviously that one in the center there, that's more
that's
this.
That's the one, the bright one.
Yeah, no, I definitely prefer.
Yeah, that's the bright one. Yeah, this is the one with white.
Yeah,
we can
so
do that. That's not a problem.
Definitely like this. If I don't know, I don't mind leaving this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the GSM is my biggest concern. So obviously the large GSM, discrepancies.
We will sort that out.
Basically, I just feel like I still haven't seen a complete sample of my t-shirt, like exactly how I want it to be. So like that's still something that I would need to see.
Yeah, what we can do basically, you need to place the order. So if you place the order, we'll start buying the fabric.
Okay.
Making the fabric.
So I won't be able to see.
No, what you're gonna do? We're gonna make the fabric bulk together.
Okay.
We will dye as per your color. We take the full responsibility that all your comments are met.
Okay.
And then we send one of each before start the production.
And I can still go back and forth as many times until it's exactly how I need it to be.
So we don't start the production, we just make the fabrics and dye.
Okay.
But we take the responsibility if any color or any knitting is not right according to your comments.
Okay.
We took the full responsibility to remake it by our own cost.
Okay. I get it from your perspective, but then I guess it's like getting it from my perspective in the sense that I need to make sure, because I've already paid for the samples, like a lot. By my standard, that is a lot for samples. So I would kind of be expecting to see a proper sample, like a proper finished sample before I even place the order, because I need to know, it's our first time working together. So I need to know that you can actually make the product in the way that I want. I would understand, like, say if it was just a little bit of a color difference, whatever, but like it's weight difference. I still haven't seen the t-shirt in the fabric that I requested. Not even one of them is like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely understand you. Only things is that the process wise, it's gonna take more time.
Like I said, I'm not somebody that's in a rush, because I've rushed this process before and ended up with things that I wasn't happy with. Just saying yes at this stage just because I've seen like a couple of samples, do you know what I mean? So I have to then go back to her and explain. I can't say to her, okay mum, we need 4,000, however much it ends up costing to pay, and then she's like, but we haven't seen the samples. She's not gonna part with that money.
What's your opinion on to make one sample, any one color you like, and give you the right GSM, right construction, and whatever all your comment, but in one sample? There's no point of making 4 samples and making another 40 kilos of fabric.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand it from your, don't get me wrong, I do understand. But again, it's just like, for example, if we take a look at these two, right? You're telling me this one is tightly woven, and then this one is not tightly woven, and then this one is different as well. From my side, I'm thinking, okay, like all the different colors are different. So it's like, it makes it hard for me to say, okay, let me see one color and be like, okay, and then expect all the rest of them to follow suit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to say, yeah, let's do that.
Problem is that when you are, not you, just when any startup brand, they have a less understanding of the manufacturing process.
Yeah.
As a result, they come back to us saying very unnecessary processes.
Okay.
Don't take it otherwise, don't take it personally. For an example, if this is even in a Zara, or let's say in Zara, so they make like millions,
Yeah.
So if I go to, not a Zara, let's say if I go to the Super Dry with this one, and I show all 4 samples, and Super Dry guy said, I only like this one, I hate all these 3. Yeah? I want my production in this, take the pure, I need a shipment on that day. Yeah.
But I'm sure at some point, they still needed to see like
that's why
at the start.
That's why they got there's a stage called pre-production stage. So pre-production says, you gave me the orders, you confirm the orders. I take the full responsibilities that whatever you give the comments, it's my responsibility to match your comments. If it's not matched, you say, sorry, This is not from us. From these 4 samples, you need to make a judgment. Is this guy really able to make? And is he promising anything? I know.
No, I mean, I'm back here because, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've received samples and thought, you know, there's no way this person is going to even get remotely close to what I want. And I haven't been back in touch with them. Like, I'm more than capable of doing that. I've been through this process before. But I do trust that you can get to where I need it to be. But it's getting there, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Do you want some tea, coffee ready?
No, I'm actually okay. Thank you. Right, so I gave you guys a little bit of insight into my second manufacturer meeting. It was successful. I hope you've learned a thing or two of like stand your ground, you know. Obviously, if you are actually listening, let me walk and talk. If you are actually listening to what I was saying in the meeting, I was requesting that I see all 4 samples again. But obviously he's running a business, so a lot of the time some of your demands are not going to be able to like be met. Still try and stand your ground, but also understand that if you found something good, like a good manufacturer, I don't know if I want to say this, but sometimes you've got to let some things go. Do I want to say that? I don't know, but yeah, successful. We agreed that I'm going to see 1 more sample. I've got another 3 to 4 weeks to wait for that additional sample, and then yeah, hopefully we can start going into production. And also I want to discuss like shipping and all of that with him as well. But yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this come see my manufacturer with me video. I know the lighting was probably a bit off in that meeting room, and I wish I sat on the other side where the lighting was like a little bit better, but I guess it's just all about what I was saying, I guess. And people are looking at me, so I want to put my camera down. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe.